Hello. How are you on this fabulous Thursday? Give me 1 second as I'm setting everything up here, okay? Come on, YouTube. Hey, Hillary. Says I'm live, but I'm looking at my laptop and I ain't live on my laptop yet. What the hell? Oh, you can see me, Hillary? Good, because I'm still not live on my own laptop. So let me refresh. Because that's how I read everything, without losing it. I'm still not live. Oh, now I am. Okay. Okay, now I am. Okay. How is everyone? Long time no see with a live stream. I did warn you all, though, that when I said that I would be scheduling them so I would go live more often, I meant that, but I was already kind of pre-booked. So, like next week, I'm not sure. I'd have to grab my schedule and look. So, regardless, I meant what I said, and I am going to do that. I will be scheduling the lives. I've scheduled some already, but I already had fully booked weeks or days, I should say, fully booked ones. So I couldn't fit them in. So last week was one of them. Actually, no, I think I was gone last week. Oh, I can't do the math in my head. Hold on. Last week I was gone. I wasn't here to do it. Yeah, I went on a little mini vacay. I put a post up if you didn't know that. I went and saw Pussifier. I always want to say Pussifier, but it's Pussifer. Primus in a Perfect Circle. 2 out of the 3 of those bands has Maynard James Keenan as the lead singer. And I don't think it's a secret that, Tool's my favorite band, outside of Radiohead too. I love Radiohead. But anyway, how is everyone doing? How is everyone doing? I would like to give a few quick reminders regarding my coaching services. Hold on, I see people are buying things already, so hold on. There are still, I'm down to 2, but there are still 2 people who have purchased emergencies. These are the same people that I've shouted out in the past that you've purchased emergency coaching, and I've sent you emails to schedule that, and too much longer, and I'm going to have a breakdown. No, I'm just kidding. But I know you're out there. You know you bought it. I know you want it. So please check spam. I don't know where else my email would go to you, but I've emailed more than once. Just saying, 2 people left. Okay. What else? My coaching in general. It says it in every single description box, so we are aware. So there's no hurt feelings here. If you are a no-show to coaching and haven't reached out to me or reached out to me after the fact or whatever, I love you and forgive you, and it is okay. Shit happens. Sometimes we just forget we have sessions or we mess the time up. That is perfectly fine. You're right. I'm a human. I make mistakes. I try to make up for my mistakes, especially on the coaching side of the world. But if you do that, in my description, it says, you are absolutely, I am going to let you reschedule. Of course I would. I would never push anyone away. But you do go back to the end of the line. I think that's fair, right? If you don't give me a warning, you're back to the end of the line. Okay? And bear in mind, I get a lot of emails. I don't get just a few a day. I get a lot. So anyway, that doesn't matter. I'm having an assistant now help me with those. But so be aware of that. And also, in my description, it says that if you're tardy for joining the call without telling me, okay, My limit is 10 minutes. I'll sit there for 10 minutes and wait for you. After that, I'm out, man, because I have a huge list of people that want the coaching. There's a list of people right now as I'm talking to you that need to be scheduled for coaching, and they've already paid, okay? So that list stresses me because I want to get them scheduled. Again, I'm not claiming being perfect, okay? I've been doing this all alone for all up until now, I've been doing most of this all by myself, okay? So just give me a few, I don't know, inches to breathe, okay? But I'm not claiming to be perfect. So I don't expect people to be perfect who scheduled me. But I'm only gonna wait 10 minutes. On a good day, if I've got extra time going, like after your session, I'll sit there a little longer, okay? But 10 minutes, I'm out. Just saying, okay? 10 minutes, I'm out. And you guys who have done that, I love you still, and you can still reschedule with me. I'm not gonna, it says somewhere, I believe, maybe in my old, I don't remember, but I think at one time I might have said, that's it. I'm gonna count that if you bought a package. I'm counting that as a session. I don't always do that, okay? Because I have love in my heart. I do. I don't always do that. Don't always count it. I don't think I've ever really done it, truthfully. So just saying, it's there, okay? Now, I do want to say, without naming the person, last night didn't make it for their session, didn't give me a warning. And here's a good example of, I have a what I would call a relationship with this person. I've talked to this person multiple times. I don't think they did it on purpose. As a matter of fact, I got an email this morning from that person. I just haven't responded to it. I'm not angry. I'm not upset. I don't get mad over those things. Just know that, please. I don't get upset. So don't be afraid to reach out just like this person has. Okay? Don't be afraid. I'm going to let you schedule that session. I have love. If you're a repeat offender, we're probably going to have a conversation at some point. I'm only going to take it for so much. I got too many people who want to be scheduled. All right? So I just want to make that clear. Okay? So we're not surprised. We're not hurt if after 10 minutes, I'm out. I'm ending the session. Okay? I think that's reasonable. I think it is. I think that's fair. Right? Okay. Enough of this talk. Let me jump in. Manifesting Maven, member for 7 months. Thank you very much. Kim, this have been stressful. Lots of really annoying things. Did you get my email? No. I don't recall. I will have to check. Manifesting Maven. Any pickup on manifesting the celeb? No. Any pickup? What do you mean, any pickup? What does that mean? I don't know what you mean. What do you mean things? What does that mean? Help a girl out. What do you mean? Advice on manifesting a celeb? Oh, yes, of course. I do think I have a video, if I remember, with manifesting a celeb success story. And I have a few others that I just haven't recorded yet. So anybody manifesting a celebrity, that's a thing. That's a thing. So first of all, I will say what most people who are manifesting a celeb, what trips them up is because it's a celebrity, we put that person automatically on a 10 million high above us ladder pedestal thingy. We put them so far above us, right? There's that, we'll say a belief that it's hard to do that. It's hard to manifest a celebrity, right? But it's not. It's your thinking in itself, that belief that it might be. And again, I can see the logical thinking of why that would appear difficult. But remember, this is where we suspend our logic. What's that? What's Sammy always say? This is where we suspend our disbelief. So we're suspending our logic when it comes to manifestation. That's unless, of course, you're using that logic to help better understand something manifestation wise, like in a good way, but not applying it to the person you're manifesting. I wouldn't. So automatically, let's take that celebrity title off the table and see them as they are. They are a basic bitch human, just like the rest of us. They are not more special because they have that definition of celebrity. So let's throw that title out and see them as whatever you're manifesting. If you're manifesting relationship with them, listen, to the logical minded 3D world, I'm sure that does sound cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So you might want to ask yourself, is that your belief? Is that what you're aware of? That maybe someone's going to call you cuckoo for trying to manifest a celebrity. Think about that. Think about those little identity storylines that we aren't aware of or aren't paying attention to, but are running in the back of our mind. So just like you would manifest any other celebrity, I mean specific person, just like you would manifest any other specific person, it's the same exact way to do it. Meaning, remember, manifestation is individual. It's not a one way to do it or one size fits all. You can use any technique that feels good to you. And, we'll just say it's affirming. You're doing affirming. So you would be affirming whatever it is that you want to experience with that person. So if you want a love relationship with a celebrity, then that's what you're affirming to yourself, that you're in that relationship. And when your logical mind wants to pull you in that direction of, are you crazy? You know how hard that's going to be? Do you know how difficult it's going to be? Maybe it's a celebrity that lives, I don't know, in California and you're here in New York with me. They live so far away, it's probably not going to happen because you're going to have some kind of encounter with them and they live on the other side of the world. Not going to happen. Be aware of those logical thoughts. Don't let that mind of yours put you in the wrong direction. I'm hoping that makes sense. I'm assuming that it does. So really, there's no other special rules or tips on how to do it. It's manifesting a specific person. It doesn't matter if they don't know you, right? Just like someone manifesting a regular, basic bitch, specific person. They don't have to know you logically in our 3D in order to manifest them. That's a limited belief, okay? Remember, we are all connected to one consciousness or one universal mind. Okay? Or you can look at it as, we're all connected to the same I amness, the same God, the same universe. We're all connected to one. So you are already connected to that celebrity specific person. You already are. Don't try to make sense of it. Don't try to apply logic. That is so important. But outside of that, and outside of taking the celebrity title out of the equation, it is no different than manifesting any other person, literally. And for the people that have sent me the success story emails around celebrities, that is essentially what they did. They took that celebrity thing off the table and saw the person as just like your damn neighbor. Right? I hope that makes sense. Okay? And I want to say too, manifesting Maven, you said your things have been stressful for you. Things are annoying you. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. Remember, you're giving them that title. Stressful. Annoying. And again, this isn't about being perfect. Of course, I can think of several things that annoy the shit out of me that I experience in the 3D, right? But remember, it's me giving it that title. Well, just because we are aware that this thing annoys us, and again, remember, we can accept what we are experiencing in the 3D. We don't have to pretend that we enjoy something. We don't have to pretend it's not happening. But my advice and what I attempt to do is detach from it. Detaching, to anybody that's new, detaching doesn't mean you have to ignore it. It doesn't mean you have to stop thinking about the thing you're manifesting or the person you're manifesting. It means I can accept what I'm experiencing in the 3D. I can decide I don't fucking like what I'm experiencing, but I am not going to let that thing, that circumstance, tell me who I am. I'm standing in my decision with conviction that I am my new self. If you're new here, whenever you hear me say, I am new self, all that means is you are the version of yourself that has the manifestation. And by having the manifestation, it's okay to say, I'm going to have, or I'm becoming that version of yourself. Here's another place of where don't be too literal. Don't be too logical. Okay? Remember, you know who you are by how you're perceiving 3D. And it's okay to perceive your 3D as unfolding to it, acknowledging that everything you're experiencing is leading to that outcome, because it is. Everything, even the mundane, unimportant shit, still a part of the unfolding, the part of your bridge. It's a reflection of who you're being. So if you're perceiving 3D reality as it sucks, and I don't think manifestation is working, because I don't see anything different out in the 3D world yet, so I don't think my manifestation's working. Maybe I need to change something I'm doing on my manifestation game. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. No, it's your thinking, that needs to go. Right? So if we're perceiving 3D as it's not working, you want to ask yourself why. Because you automatically know you're applying logic somewhere. Well, Kim, logically, nothing's changed. So logically, it's not working. I don't see anything different out here. No, that's your shit perception. You're choosing that for yourself. You're declaring that, right? I'm not talking to you manifesting, maybe, and don't think I'm picking on you. I'm just trying to break that down for anybody that's new. If you perceive things that's not working or not changing, and at the same time, you're not choosing to be your new self, you know who you are. Now you know who you are. You're in the state or the version of self that thinks it's not working, it's not here yet. I don't think my manifestation's ever going to come, right? My point in saying the little extras there is because that's what happens. We start going down a spiral, and more shitty, negative, mostly logical, fear-based thoughts start coming at us. So that's not fun. That feels like shit. And more than likely, you're starting to feel like shit when that happens. And that's because those thoughts are not yours. They don't line up with who you're choosing to be. So there's your indicator not to listen to them. Okay? Okay. Master Moneyfester, I think. My computer is cutting off half your name, so I think it's Master Moneyfester. How can I forgive my SP to let the new version in? My advice on that is to remember or remind yourself how, listen up, I can see Serenada. You need to listen to this one. Okay? I love you too, but listen to this one. When we have a story with our specific person, if we have had an experience where they've hurt our feelings, okay? And we're making the conscious decision that we want to manifest that person. We would like to see a change in our relationship or manifest them back. Perfectly okay. You have the free will to decide whatever you want. You have the free will to be any version of yourself. So if you're making that decision with your free will, try to remember, this is your reminder moment. Anything and everything you've ever been experiencing is a reflection of your beliefs. What we never ever want to do is blame and shame ourselves for the things we've manifested, especially if they were manifestations before you were aware that you were manifesting. So we don't want to look at it as, oh, it's all my fault. It's all my fault this happened. Stop that. We don't talk to ourselves like that. That's not going to do us any good. That's going to keep you in a victim state. We don't want that. The only reason why I ever point out to myself and to you guys that, hey, your 3D is a reflection of who you are or who you've been. It's a reflection of your beliefs. The only reason why we even, bother to point that out is so that you can see that for yourself. You can remember the thoughts you had before that manifested, the fears. So you can see it's proving it to yourself that it was your manifestation. It's not about blaming yourself. Okay? So if we know that, if we know everything we're experiencing is a reflection of our own beliefs, and we know that the people that we are intermingling with, they don't have free will in your reality. Meaning you are always, this is a good example. Hold on. Look at me. This is a good example that I have. Giving myself all the credit. All of you, the 239 of you that are here, you're intermingling with me right now. And from wherever you're watching me, I'm a version of myself to you based off of you. So for the sake of conversation, let's say there's a handful of you who can't stand the way I talk. You can't stand it. It's annoying. So I'm showing up annoying you, but I'm reflecting a belief of yours. And it could just be the belief about me. But for some of you, maybe you find me funny. You like my sassiness and my sarcasm. So when I show up to you, from your perspective, I'm the version of myself that's reflecting you. So when we are mingling with other people, our specific person, our family members, our friends, our coworkers, they are versions of themselves that are specific to you. Hence, why we always remind ourselves there are infinite versions of us and infinite versions of them. And they don't have the free will to decide which version of them is showing up in your reality, right? They only have the free will within their own specific reality. And I know that can sound cuckoo if you're all new to this, but most of you aren't. So when you're finding it difficult to forgive an SP for whatever the past experiences are, and on this channel, we're not talking about abusive scenarios. That's a different kind of conversation, and we should be removing ourselves from abusive situations, okay? But I don't judge you for wanting to manifest your person still. I don't judge anybody for what they're manifesting. I don't. Because I don't think anybody's got the room to fucking judge anybody else, truthfully. But when we're looking to let that story go because we're finding it difficult to forgive, remind yourself that they were only ever showing up reflecting what you believed. So I've used this example before that, let's say, when you first started encountering your specific person, maybe it was the beginning of your relationship. I'm sure they were showing up amazing, loving your ass, giving you lots of attention and affection. And then eventually, I'm assuming, they started pulling back. And some of their twat sides started showing up. And you probably started getting nervous or worried. And eventually, a manifestation of them either hurting your feelings, maybe cheating, maybe saying something shitty to you, maybe breaking it off with you. Originally, and like I said, this is an example, so we're going to just narrow it down to one belief for the sake of the conversation. Let's say that experience, the main belief that was running the show was, I'm not good enough. Because I'm not chosen and I'm not a priority, roll down to I'm not good enough. Okay? And for anybody that's new, you don't have to have that exact thought. You don't have to have the thought, I'm not good enough, for it to be a belief. Okay? So look at how, in that moment, that belief reflected back to you by them showing up like shit. But from that moment when they treated you like shit or did something to hurt your feelings, that is where the story began of your belief about your specific person. So you see how one belief can then create another belief based off the experience, how much it impacted us. So your person was really never consciously choosing to show up and do anything to hurt you. They really weren't. They're not sitting at home consciously thinking she sucks tits or he sucks tits. Unless, of course, that's what you are dominantly thinking they're thinking. But, in the scheme of things, the specific people that you're intermingling with, again, on repeat, they can only reflect what you believe. So when you're holding on to resentment or hurt for the past, for past transgressions, you're holding your person trapped because they got to keep showing up that way because you won't let that go. See, you can't hold on to a story about someone. You can't hold on to resentment unless you are still looking at that specific person as that's who they are. And again, you don't have to have that exact thought. This is what I think of them. You don't have to have that thought. You're holding on to the story. Your resentment is enough to hold them in that position. So it's like an anchor. It's anchoring you to a reality you don't want to be in. So when you are experiencing thoughts or moments where that hurt is coming up again, listen, feelings are always valid. You're not wrong for how you feel. But to soothe yourself and to work your way out of that story so we can let it go, remind yourself of how this even occurred. Not the 3D logical literal experiences or circumstances that led to that event. Don't waste your time beating yourself up for things like that, but see it for what it is. The sooner we look at forgiveness, the sooner we consciously choose to forgive them. And most importantly, because some of you beat yourself up, consciously choose to forgive yourself. This is why we don't blame and shame ourselves, right? So regardless, when you want to let a story go, just like anything else in manifestation, it's a conscious decision. You're deciding to be a version of yourself. So why wouldn't we include the version of self that easily lets stories go, easily forgives the people we choose to love, so that they can show up the way we want them to, so they can reflect that love back to you. It might not be instant. Your body might respond with some anxious feelings. When I'm hurt, when I'm stressed, it's a punch in the gut feeling for me and tightness in my chest. You might still have those feelings in your body. But that's your body responding out of habit. That'll change. That'll change as you keep returning to your decision to be new self. So again, what do I do in the past when I've had to consciously choose to let something go? I took the accountability, the ownership of how it even manifested. I wasn't blaming myself. I wasn't shaming myself. Accountability isn't shame. Accountability isn't blame. Because blame sounds like a toxic, shitty word. So does shame. But accountability doesn't feel nasty, toxic, mean. That word doesn't make me feel that way. That's not my belief around that word. So again, knowing how things manifest will probably soothe you in the moments that you're remembering shit that you're trying to let go of. Okay? Limitless Queen Betch, thank you very much. I quit my toxic job yesterday and I'm worried about money and income. Any tips? Well, first, let me just say, well done on setting a damn boundary. That's choosing new self the way I see it. If this was a toxic job and that was your viewpoint of it, and perhaps you were being treated that way, good for you. That's choosing new self from my perspective. So when it comes to money, Who are you when it comes to money? My mental health was suffering. See, this is important. Mental health is important. That was you choosing new self, making yourself the priority. Well done, girl. Seriously, well done. So, what's your belief about money? Logically and literally, probably all of us have had the belief you need to work a job in order to have income. I know that. We all have that one. We're all conditioned with that. So, remember that money is an energy. Okay? Money's an energy. So, money loves you. Money's always showing up for you. Money comes from, multiple sources to you. Money's never an issue for you. Money's easy for you. And if there's a fear of, I need a job, I need to get a job, I get it. I think, especially talking to you, you know that a job isn't the only way money can come to you. But I understand too if the desire is to find a new job. Got it. So see yourself as having a new job. You don't need to know what that looks like. You don't need to define what that new job is unless there's something specific that you really do want to do and you already know it. That's when I would go specific. But if you have no idea where you want to work, just start deciding you are the version of yourself that loves her job, loves her employer. You're treated like gold. They pay you over and above what you want to be paid. I wouldn't even put a dollar amount on it. Unless I was saying, let's say, over 50,000 a month, blah, 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 something like that. That's what I would do if I were you. But money comes to you easily, effortlessly. Every time you turn around, money's coming in. You got so much money, you don't know what to do with it. Right? Just like any other manifestation, it's a choice in who you're being. You're going to be all right. You don't authentically make a decision first to be new self, but you don't authentically do things in the 3D and then fail. Authenticity will never fail you. And even though it might look scary in the 3D right now, that's just fear. That's just fear. Everything's going to be all right. You can do this, girl. You're not a newbie to manifestation. You've got this. Don't believe those negative thoughts. I've said it before that negative thoughts are just regular thoughts that we label as negative, first of all. But number two, they're just opportunities to other realities. Or if you have recently read, by my suggestion, that Napoleon Hill Outwitting the Devil book, we can look at those negative thoughts as that's just the devil trying to control your mind. That's just the devil trying to get you to drift. I suggest everyone read that. Okay. Thank you to Bella, because Bella was the one who brought it up to me. Just saying. You're going to be all right. Fear is not in control of you, limitless queen bitch. Okay? Happy soul, thank you very much, but your message was retracted. Your message was retracted, so thank you. Celeb Wen, member for 11 months. Hi, Kim. I've been spiraling lately about how long it's been, fear that nothing will happen, etc. I try to go back to my decision, but it's been hard lately. Love you. Love you too. Okay. So when you say that you're spiraling about how long it's been, I am making the assumption by it's how long you've been Can you all still hear me? I just had a call come in. Can you still hear me okay? Could somebody tell me? Yes. Okay. Thank you. No, wait. Were you saying yes to me? As in, yes, you can hear me? Yes. Okay, good. Thank you. All right. So first of all, are you remembering that the linear time isn't really a thing? You're not bound by linear time. But your focus on it, especially focusing on, oh my God, it's been this long since I've been manifesting and I'm not seeing any different in the 3D. Nothing's changing. I haven't heard from SP or I haven't gotten the money yet. Whatever it is you're manifesting. Listen, you're not bound by space or time. We've been conditioned to believe that. We only utilize linear time to explain away the frames of the present moments that we experience over and over and over and over. So, when your mind wants to go in that direction, especially if the thinking about how long it's been that you've been manifesting is causing you to spiral, that's a moment we need to really listen. It'll never fail you to step into reminding yourself how this whole manifestation thing works. It will always soothe you to pick up a manifestation book by anybody. Neville, I'm on a Napoleon Hill kick right now. So Napoleon Hill, Genevieve Beren, Joseph Murphy. There's lots and lots of books out there. Pick it up. Remind yourself how all of this works. You're not bound by linear time. But unless, of course, and this is probably what it is, you're looking at that linear time, being afraid of it, because perhaps you're thinking, I'm not going to get this manifestation. I'm afraid it's never going to manifest. Or I'm afraid I'm going to waste my life manifesting whatever it is you're manifesting. What if it takes forever? I don't want to do this forever. What if it takes forever? What if I can't get them back? What if, I'm trying to think of all the things. What if I've been wrong and I waste all the years of my life manifesting and the whole time it wasn't a real thing? All the logical fears. Those are the moments to say, whoa, what am I doing right now? Who am I being? Who am I being? Now, truthfully, no one can tell you when something will manifest. But I can tell you that if you are returning to your decision and utilizing detachment and a little bit of discipline, it won't be long. It won't be forever. It won't. But the discipline comes in with making a conscious choice that I'm not going down there again. I'm not going down and with that thought again. Because some of us, and it's because of conditioning, we just let our minds run amok. When the fears come in, and especially if our body responds to the fear, we just let it roll. And we believe the negative thoughts because they appear to be easier to believe. Maybe your mind's even throwing past experiences at you to validate those fears. This is when the discipline comes in. I'm choosing new self. My old self would sit here and believe those thoughts and let them keep coming at me and being afraid of those thoughts, afraid they're going to manifest, afraid they're true. I'm not doing that today. I'm choosing something different. I'm breaking the habit of being my old self. I'm not giving in to the fear today. I'm sticking to my decision. And I know because I keep sticking to my decision as new self, that I know every single thing I'm experiencing in the 3D is leading me to that moment, period, because it is. It is. There's so much manifestation content out there, okay? And I know, especially if we're manifesting a specific person, there is so much out there against manifesting a specific person. And they're just naysayers. They're just naysayers. You really can be, do, and have literally anything you want. But the only caveat to that is because you have free will in your reality, that you have to be the one that gives it to yourself. And by gives it to yourself, I mean, you have to be the one to say, I want that. I'm having that. I'm the version of self that's going to have that. Is that Ariana Grande song? I want it. I got it. Or something like that. You have to be the one to choose it for yourself. That's it. That's literally all you have to do, is become that version of yourself. You can use any technique you want. All techniques, every single one, is leading you to be that new self. That's what they're for. To get you, the individual, to be that new self. You're not begging God. You're not begging the universe. You're not wishful thinking and praying and hoping. Prayer, even the way we've been conditioned on how to pray, is ass backwards. Praying, which is basically what manifestation is what we're doing. Praying isn't begging. Praying is claiming, demanding, and then standing in your conviction that you shall have whatever it is. There's no limits to what you can have. So when we're worrying about time, when we're worrying about the 3D not changing, you're believing in fear. That's really all it is. Because thoughts are only based in one of two things: love or fear. Love or fear. Choose love. Fearful thoughts. First of all, I've said a million times, you don't have to be afraid of your thoughts. Thoughts are just thoughts. That's where that discipline comes in. You know, when you are making the decision to be a new version of yourself, that means you mean it. You're serious about it. You're convicted with that decision. Okay? You're convicted with it. That's it. I've made my decision. This is who I am. Therefore, habits that belong to your old self have to go. And one of those habits that we're all guilty of is listening to every single scary thought that comes into our mind and believes them and then lets them take us drifting off. They usually lead to a spiral. And I don't mean for us to beat ourselves up because we had a spiral. Everybody has a spiral now and then. Everyone does. If someone told me they never, ever, ever, ever believe one of their fearful thoughts, I don't believe them. I don't believe them. Everybody has a human moment. This is why we don't judge ourselves. But this is where the discipline comes in. I'm not doing that today. I'm not going to sit here and marinate in thoughts that I don't want. I don't want to go to that reality. I don't want to have that experience, so I'm not doing it today. I'm not going to listen. Discipline. Okay? When we're worried about time, ask yourself, what am I really worried about? It's not necessarily the time. There's always a little comma in something else attached to that. We're not doing that today. We're not going to be afraid of linear time. We're standing in our decision to be our new selves. We aren't manifesting in a straight horizontal line. This is why linear time really doesn't apply to us. It only applies with your logical mind. We're jumping vertical. So you're bound by nothing. The only reason why those fears ring true to us is A, past experiences that validate those fears, and conditioning. And you're breaking free of that conditioning. That's what this is. You're being an independent thinker. See what I'm saying? I'm not doing this today. I'm not giving in. That's what I would be doing. Okay? I did do that. I had to do that. But it changed my 3D. It brought me what I wanted. I'm not saying we got to be perfect. And we shouldn't strive for perfection. I don't think we should. Because it's never going to happen. We're humans. We're going to have our moments, and that's okay. But when we're sick and tired of having those moments, and we're sick and tired of being afraid that we're not going to get our manifestation, that's where we have to say, I'm not doing the same thing again today. I'm not going to believe it. The fears. and move on. Let those thoughts float right on by. Okay. Shay Nicole, thank you very much. Also, message retracted. Well, thank you for the super chat. Shay, what'd you retract it for? Did you want to ask me something? Friend, are you still here? Well, thank you very much anyway. What's up with the message retractions? I just scanned down. There's a bunch of you buying super chats, but then retracting. Why? Get your question answered. Thank you. Bized, thank you very much. Kim, today, oh yes. Today I'll teach you my name pronunciation. Example, Bez is pronounced as base. Base. And Zad is pronounced as Zad. I think it's Zad, right? Like Saab. The vehicle Saab. 2 ways. That's what I drive, Saabs. All right, so pronounced as base Zad. So basically it's Bezad. Bezad. I love you for doing that for me. I love that because I tend to butcher names. Bezad. Bezad. Now the key is deciding that I'm going to remember that the next time I see one of your comments. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. Especially you bought a super chat to do that. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you, Brittany. Shay Nicole again. Thank you very much. So sorry I stood you up accidentally last night. Girl, I wouldn't have named you. Plus, you were the person I was talking about in the beginning. I saw your email this morning. I just haven't had time to write you back. We're good. Don't worry. So sorry I stood you up accidentally last night. Hope you got my email. I did. I love you and really, truly thank you for everything you've done. Be for me. Love you so much. I love you too. We are good. We are good. I meant that. Don't worry. Don't question it. We will reschedule that session. Everything's okay. You don't have to keep buying me super chats. It was very kind of you. Very, very kind of you. But we're good, girl. And if you didn't hear it, rewind the live. So you know I addressed it. I was talking about you. Okay? I mean, the part where I said that it happened last night. And that person sent me an email. We're good. Okay? Ina, thank you very much. Or Jana, Ina, thank you very much. How to stop playing in the comparison game with outer looks. I get triggered and feared by other prettier women regarding SP. How to be the one and only. Just like any other manifestation is you're fucking deciding that for yourself. You are the most beautiful inside and out. The most beautiful inside and out version of yourself, and you know that. You believe that. Your person only has eyes for you. But it's a choice. Because remember, what we believe about specific person is a part of who we believe we are. Okay? Does everyone understand that? Sometimes I wonder, what you literally, your beliefs about specific person matter. Because at any given moment, you are identifying as a version of yourself. Even if you're not aware of it and you're not having that conscious thought, you are. So, for example, let's say SP is around a lot of pretty girls. You are the version of yourself that believes that her person is surrounded by beautiful women. And you are the version of yourself that is threatened by that. That is who you are. So again, it matters what we believe about them. Okay? So If I were you, I would start making the decision, whether you're affirming it, visualizing, scripting, whatever, inner conversations, that you are the version of yourself that comfortably knows you are safe and secure to believe that your person is head over heels in love with you, because you are the version of yourself that is more than aware that you are more than enough for your person. You're the most beautiful woman inside and out in your damn reality. Claim that. It's your reality. You're the boss. Okay? So if someone's interested in figuring out, okay, well, where is that coming from? This is where we figure it out. Why are we threatened by other beautiful women? What do we believe about ourselves that we feel like we need to be threatened by other women? It's probably the belief not good enough, but obviously I would have to have a conversation with you to know for sure. But that's what it sounds like to me. I'm not good enough. So that's what I meant by saying, no. I'm more than enough. And I'm aware that I'm more than enough. I believe that. I trust that. Even if you don't, you will. Right? You're affirming that to yourself. You're stepping in to the version of yourself that does believe and that can feel safe, that your person's eyes are on you. Other women mean nothing. And as far as the comparing yourself to other women, why? What is it about yourself that you don't feel is enough? And I'm resonating with you because way back when, I used to do the same exact thing because I didn't think I was. I didn't feel good enough. I didn't believe I was good enough. So I was always looking and worrying because, I had the belief there's always going to be another pretty girl. There's always going to be another pretty girl. There's always that chance that they could leave me and pick someone else. There's always that chance. Yeah. Keep that belief. I'm not good enough around long enough, and you probably will have that experience. But you don't have to. You don't have to. And things will change. And your SP will reflect having eyes only for you if you keep choosing it for yourself. Just saying. And just remember, and I mean this, just because you don't have the same exact body, facial features, personality, voice as someone that you look at and call beautiful, just because you might not look exactly the same way doesn't mean you're not beautiful. There is something attractive and beautiful in every single person on the planet, literally. And if you're anything like me in this moment and in a victim state, maybe you just had the thought like, oh my God, she has to say that. She has to say that. Because that's what my mind would have thought. Oh, you're just saying that. You're just saying that because you have to. Because you're live on YouTube. You don't really believe that. Yes, I fucking do. Yes, I do. But I didn't always believe that until I worked on who I believed I was. But there's something hot in everybody. And so let's use some 3D logic in that. Have you never, ever dated someone and maybe they left you for someone that was less attractive in your eyes to you? Have we never had that experience? And you couldn't understand why? What the hell? I'm better looking than that bitch. You dumped me for that? You took a step down. Have we never had that? I had that. It's because I didn't believe I was good enough. So it didn't fucking matter. See what I'm saying? What you believe about yourself also matters. It matters more than anything, truthfully. In the priority levels, what you believe about yourself is the top priority. But if you're manifesting a specific person, what you believe about your specific person is like your number 2 in priority. Just saying. Okay? That's right, Lexi. There's literally no one else like you. Literally, there's only one you. We all have something to offer, and in our reality, we are the best. Yes. Yes. Now that's the good mindset. It's true. It's true. Everybody's got something. A something that's amazingly hot, sexy, sassy about them. Everyone does. No one's off limits to that. let's see, hold on. Happy Soul, thank you very much. Difference between expecting outcome and looking at 3D. The difference between expecting outcome and looking at the 3D. Well, expecting outcome, I'm assuming you're talking about, like the wish fulfilled. Expecting your manifestation to show up. Okay? So I'm going to give you the example from the standpoint of having a healthy, good expectation that when you look at 3D, you know you're going to get your manifestation because you know you're choosing to be the version of yourself that has that manifestation. So do you see how like there's no tension around that? It's a good thought. I know I'm going to have my outcome. I know I am. I'm choosing new self. And since 3D has to reflect who I am being or who I believe I am, I know I already got it. And everything I'm experiencing is leading me to it. No pressure. That feels good. I'm going to get what I want. I know I am. That knowing. Now the looking at 3D, and we're looking at 3D expecting outcome, and then we don't see it, and then we spiral. Then there's that. Okay? So the difference between those two is, I'll give you an example. Let's say you're someone who likes to affirm. And the technique I'm giving in the example doesn't matter. But let's say you like to affirm. Okay? And let's say you're one of those people who is not really looking at what you believe about yourself, but you're only looking at your SP, and you're affirming, my SP texts me right now, my SP texts me right now, my SP texts me right now. Or you do a visualization over and over and over again of the SP texting you right now. And you are picking up your phone and looking for it, expecting that outcome because you said that, you affirmed it, and you heard somewhere that if I keep saying this to myself or visualizing this to myself, it's going to happen in 3D. So let me look. He didn't text. Well, what the fuck? Well, what the fuck? This doesn't work. See the difference? See the difference? And you will be shocked to know how many people do things like that. Now, don't get me wrong. Nothing wrong with a good old-fashioned rampage and then having something pop up in the 3D. But most of the time, people affirming things like that, especially about their love interest specific person, they text me right now, they're texting me right now, they're texting me right now. They're doing it from a desperate, needy state of consciousness. And sometimes that might just work. But that text right now doesn't usually pan out into shit, just saying. However, when we're telling ourselves that and then it doesn't show up, we then go into that place of thinking, this doesn't work. So now I can't trust that manifestation is actually going to work at all. So for example, let's say that you take the texting one out of we'll take that example away. And let's just say that you're manifesting a specific person. You did your manifestation technique, any technique, doesn't matter. And then the next morning you get up, maybe you do your manifestation routine again in the morning. And then you just get that burning feeling like, oh, I just want to check I'm just going to check their social media to see if I got rid of the third party yet. Let's see. Let me just go check it. I've been doing my manifestation routine. Everything should be fine. I'm going to check. No, don't do that. Because you're probably going to find that they still have the third party. Do you see the difference in happily knowing and expecting that you will have your outcome, but you're not searching for the evidence of? That's looking at the 3D. It's searching for the evidence, checking on shit to see if it's here yet, to see if anything's changed. Searching. That's the difference between the two. I hope that made sense. See what I'm saying? And for a piece of advice to anybody manifesting a specific person, if you are that person who is relentlessly checking your specific person's social media, or even checking your own social media to see if they've watched your I don't know, your stories. If you're doing either one of them, okay? Be authentic with yourself. Who the fuck are you really being? You're not being your new self. You're definitely being your old self. And you're checking and looking for validation in your 3D. Your validation will come as you choose your new self. Do your, your affirmations and then go about your life. When we want to go checking the 3D, we're anchoring ourselves to a reality we don't want to be in. It's not like your manifestation is going to show up and you're going to not notice it. It will come. You don't have to do anything to search for it. It will come as you keep choosing that new self. But keeping it real, if you're the person that is consistently doing that, you are lying to yourself and you are stuck in a reality you don't want to be in. You're not being honest with yourself over who you're being. You're not. And I know you're not, because I used to do that. I wasn't being honest with myself. I certainly wasn't working on changing myself. I was manifesting from the place of always trying to fix my 3D, fix how specific person's showing up, change SP. You change your SP by changing you, because they're reflecting you. But a lot of us start this journey from the place of only focusing on SP. So I'm going to do all my SP affirmations because I heard in a video that they don't have free will. So I'm going to do just that. Okay, go ahead. I've said this before, and I ain't saying it to hurt your feelings. I'm saying it so you can actually get your manifestation. I'm talking from experience and helping lots and lots of different people. That if that's all you're doing is only affirming for SP, or visualizing only for SP, or inner conversations with just your SP, if that's the only thing you're doing, I will tell you truthfully, at best, you're going to manifest hot and cold. And it's not because there's something wrong with your actual techniques of choice. All the techniques work. Every single one of them work. Because it's not the techniques that are doing the job. It's you. It's who you believe you are that's manifesting. And if all you do is SP things and not changing your beliefs around, if you're manifesting a marriage, not changing your beliefs about love, relationships, marriage, and what you believe about yourself, like I said, the fulfillment of that specific manifestation probably won't show. At best, hot and cold. I was living it. I did it too. So I understand. I don't judge you. I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying it. Hey, it's not going to bring you what you want. You've got to decide that you're the version of yourself that, A, B, and C, whatever the belief that manifested what we're trying to fix in the 3D. And that's another tip. Some of us get so fucking consumed with, I want constant contact. I have to manifest for the content, because how can we have a relationship? How can we get married if I'm not getting the contact? Logically and literally, I get what you're saying. You might want to have a conversation with your SP here and there before you get married. I understand the logic, but you are so consumed with the contact, and it's you deciding to be the version of yourself that believes I can't have my marriage manifestation unless I get the constant contact. You're choosing that for yourself. See what I mean? You're so powerful that your 3D is going to reflect really what you believe about yourself. See what I'm saying? I hope this all makes sense. Because I want everybody to get what they want, because I don't think there's any better feeling in the world It's when the manifestation that you've been pining over is fully here. It feels surreal. It's amazing. It's a lovely moment or two. But you get it by changing who you are, not by changing them, because it won't change them. It won't. Okay? Summer, thank you very much. Member for 14 months. Horrible week. Dad has been in the hospital for a month. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about your dad. He's healthy and perfect. He's 100% healthy and perfect. He's getting better every single day, even if it doesn't appear that way. He is. I've been depressed and anxious, and honestly, I'm losing all motivation, like everything is going wrong. I've been crying for days. Hope to see you in our session tomorrow. Well, of course, we're gonna see each other tomorrow. Of course we are. Listen, first of all, be easy on yourself, okay? Be easy on yourself. Let those tears out. Remember, tears are the release party. Let the tears out, please. Okay? Let them out. It's okay. Take a break from manifestation right now. Take a break. I would be taking a nap and relaxing, doing something to center myself and not judge yourself in this moment. Okay? Now, as far as, you're losing motivation, is that because we're letting the 3D tell us who we are, Summer? This is why I'm saying take a break from manifesting altogether. Just take a break, reset yourself, and when you've got a little bit of energy back, remind yourself of who the fuck you are, who you're choosing to be. These are the moments like this, and I've had those moments, so I resonate. I know how defeating it feels when our 3D looks nothing like what we've been deciding for ourselves, what we've been manifesting. I know that. I know it hurts. I know the pain. And I know the feeling of wanting to give up on everything. I've been there. So take the break. I took the break. I threw manifestation out the fucking window for a couple of days and just chilled as best as I could. I get it. We all have jobs, blah, blah, blah. Chill. And when you have gotten yourself just, chilled enough, centered again, then we get back on it and we reevaluate what we want. And by reevaluate, I just mean getting clear on what we want per area. I know you're clear, Summer, but this is for anybody else watching. You get seriously clear. What the fuck do I want? Love, money, career, health, my family, Dad, everything else. What do I want? How do I want to feel every day about my life? How do I want to feel as soon as I wake up in the morning? That's one of the things I did. So I used to wake up with stress, anxiety, and hating my life. And remind yourself that that's who you're choosing to be. And you are your new self. Okay? There is never anything wrong with taking a break from your manifestation techniques, especially when your 3D is overwhelming you, upsetting you. Take a break. Okay? I know I've said, affirm through your tears. Do that if that feels good in that moment, if that's what you want to do. But you can take that break too. And sometimes we need to, especially if we're feeling nothing but hopelessness, negativity, anger about those areas that we're manifesting in. Take the fucking break. Even if it's just for a 24-hour period, take the break. And after you've gotten just a good sleep, I'm telling you, sleep can recharge a bitch. It can. A good sleep, start fresh in the morning by deciding who you are. And, let's just say we're getting frustrated with an SP category or a money category. Go general then. Let's say you were manifesting $50,000. and you're feeling so hopeless about that 50 grand. So for today, until we're not feeling so stressed over it, let's just go general. Money's an energy. Money comes to me from everywhere. Everywhere money is coming at me. Go general. SP. Maybe we're feeling down and out and hopeless about our SP manifestation. Because maybe every time you think about your specific person, you're thinking about what current reality looks like from your current perception. Because remember, sometimes we don't see the happenings of what's happening behind the scenes with our specific person. So just saying. So maybe that's feeling too restrictive. Your mind keeps getting pulled back to maybe stories we have with SP. So then today, go general with SP. Go general. What does that mean? That means don't think about SP today. Instead, think about who you are versus that category. So, okay, I'm going to give you 2 suggestions. That's the first one. The first suggestion is don't even think about SP. If he pops up in your mind or she pops up in your mind, nope, I'm not thinking about that douche today. I am the version of self that's in a loving, fulfilling, committed marriage or relationship or whatever you're manifesting. That's who I am. I'm experiencing the most amazing love that I've ever experienced in my life, the most amazing relationship. That's who I am today. Okay, that's one way. The second option is using a friggin' placeholder for your specific person, okay? I've also done this when it just was too restrictive to think about SP specifically. So it's the same thing as I am the version of self who's in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship, marriage. And because your subconscious knows what you want, when that SP visual pops in your mind and it's the actual SP, nope. Today, it's Jason Momoa. And trust me, okay, your subconscious knows you're not manifesting Jason Momoa. You know, our minds are not stupid. They are intricate, amazing, universal computers. It knows what you want. Go general, okay? Why I did that, why I chose Jason Momoa is because I didn't have any resistance to the idea of Jason Momoa. Again, I know this is going to sound weird. I don't think I've ever said this before, but there was like a running ticker. Like, you know, on a newscast, how there's always that running ticker at the bottom of the screen. In America, it's usually like the stocks. There was like a running ticker in my visual of, you know, you're not manifesting. But it was actually, I know I'm not manifesting him. I know who I'm manifesting. I would just get that flash of the ticker, but regardless. So I'm trying to tell you, your subconscious isn't fucking stupid. Okay? It knows you better than anyone because it is you. Okay? And like I said, insert that person, like I inserted Jason Momoa. I didn't have any resistance. I knew I wasn't manifesting him. I was just using that quick visual of Jason Momoa to allow me to choose who I wanted to be, which was the version of myself in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. Okay? It dropped all that resistance I was feeling towards my current 3D. Okay? Just saying. So, Summer, we will get more detailed tomorrow in tomorrow's call, but everything's going to be okay. Take a damn break. Really. Your dad's going to be okay. We are claiming that. All right? Take the break. Salty, thank you very much. Kim, my dog passed away last night. Oh my God. He was a pit like poop and the sweetest boy. Oh my God, Salty. I am so incredibly sorry. I don't even know what to say. I am so incredibly fucking sorry. I cannot even imagine the pain you are experiencing right now. I am so sorry. I don't know your views on death. I know mine. And I don't think they ever leave us. And I don't think your dog is gone. I think that he's still with you. I know that doesn't necessarily bring comfort, but they're not gone. You know, they're not. And I don't know anybody else out there. If you think like Salty and I do, our animals are not just animals. They are, she's my child. This dog is my child. This is my baby. Okay, I would hop in front of a bus to save her. Not a problem. Just like I would my own child. Okay, just saying. So anybody loses a pet of any kind, it just breaks my heart. Salty, I don't have enough words for you. I don't have the right words. Other than I am just incredibly fucking sorry. I don't think I need to say it. Don't be forcing yourself to do anything manifestation related right now. And don't let your mind go into dark places over this. Okay? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't even know what to say. Good Lord. Good Lord. Man. Experiencing loss is just the most profound pain. I'm so sorry, Salty. You know, after things like that, I find it hard to want to go back to questions. Be easy on yourself right now, Salty. Be easy on yourself. Give yourself time. Wow. I can't imagine. Hug those babies tight, because you just don't ever know. No one on this planet knows the official happenings of death. This is why, as manifestors, we don't beat ourselves up for experiencing this in realities. We don't look in that direction. That's what I meant by dark places. We don't know the official rules about death. No one does. Any discussions on that topic is someone's opinion, right? It's an opinion. No one knows the true facts of death yet. I'm just saying. So no judging ourselves. Oh, dear. All right. Helen, beautiful bestie. Thank you very much, bestie. Oh my God, things are so wonderful for me. I can't stop smiling. Yes, let's pick this back up. Yes, I just want to tell everyone, if you are in quiet time with SP, they do not forget you. Promise. You are unforgettable. Don't forget that. Helen, you couldn't have sent that at the best time perfectly. Let's bring this zhuzh back up. Let's bring it back up. Give encouragement. I'm not going to lie. I am dying to know what's happening in your reality, Helen. I'm dying to know. I want all the details. Well, let's bring that zhuzh train back up. Death is a heavy subject, man. Heavy subject. So, SP manifestors, here's some encouragement from Helen. They don't forget you. Oh, I am totally taking it that there must have been some kind of communication there, Helen. I'm dying to know. And I'm sure that is encouragement to anybody in quiet time. If you're new here, quiet time is that misconception of no contact, because you're never in no contact. That's not a real thing. You're connected in consciousness at all times. No contact belongs to the 3D. So if you are in no contact, what we call quiet time, that's your BBL, just so you know. If you happened to show up to this live stream and you're experiencing the quiet time right now, that's not a coincidence that you clicked on this video to watch. You were meant to hear that from Helen. Every single one of us is involved in the orchestration of every single one of our realities, our manifestations. We're all a part of that orchestration. All of us being here at the same time is a part of that orchestration. So that's everyone in quiet time. That was your BBL. Just saying. All right. And on that note, I have 6 minutes before I get on my next call. So thank you to all of you who have joined me here today. I shall be going live again quite soon. I appreciate you all. I love you all. I mean that. I don't take anything for granted here at all. Salty, my heart is with you. Okay? My heart is with you. I'm so sorry. Honestly, I'm so freaking sorry. And please give yourself some time. Be easy on yourself. Everyone, I love you all, and I'll see you all